184 views
There we
already.
go. There we go. Hey, everybody. Good afternoon, everybody. This is your boy D. Cott with his boy Reggie, King of the Trolls, Homer Reggie, as he is affectionately known as. We are here for bias with a little bit of truth. You almost got us saying some stuff before we went live. You almost got us. You didn't. Hey, I want to thank our sponsor for starting this out right. Starting off with Matt Gaddis of State Farm. If you need auto, home, fire, renter's insurance, Matt Gaddis is your guy. Area code 317-894-3865. Second, wire to the nines, wireless in your home, internet connection, cameras. Wire to the nines is your spot. They do great work. Get out there, get you a nice estimate, and let's get yourself taken care of. Last but not least, Bigsy Sports Grill. Lita and Matt, I know y'all watch. We coming back to Bigsy sooner rather than later. We got to have another party. We'll keep you guys posted on that, and we'll get together. 7802 Brookville Road. You got nice beverages. They say they got really nice wings. I've never had the wings there because
You've had the wings. You've had the wings.
They got nice cold mixed drinks, and the bartenders do a really good job, by the way. And also, by the way, my boy Cam Harmony, who's also spends time on Thursdays and Fridays periodically for karaoke. Check out my boy Cam Harmony. He's on the ones and twos, as they say back in the day. He's ready to roll. So, with that said, Reggie, King of the Trolls, we're gonna flip it a little bit. Well, I know you're biased. I know that. I know you have a little bit of truth. I know that. But you've been saying some really interesting things around, our sports groups, and I'm really proud of you. I mean, I don't know if this is a clone or if this really Reggie. So I'm not sure. So this show here is biased with a little truth. And matter of fact, let me make sure I get the background. I'm sorry, I apologize, y'all. Man, bear with me. I get a little bit of our background. I'm sorry, I apologize. So this is biased with a truth, but you had some really good information and good takes on Major League Baseball and then the African American community. I'm gonna give you an opportunity to go ahead and jump out there a little bit and hit on that, and we'll piggyback on your commentary.
Man, look, first of all, my bias is always very truthful, and it's a lot of it. I don't even know why we call the show Bias with a Little Truth, because the King of Trolls is always truthful, a lot, all the time. But I've noticed, man, baseball, the U.S., they didn't win the world championship that they had where they were playing against other countries and stuff, and you didn't see a lot of actually black Americans. You saw a lot of Caribbean Island players and other players, which is cool. But I was wondering why our youth aren't playing baseball. And I've gotten a lot of different answers from a lot of different people. The neighborhood me and you grew up in on the east side, there were 3 baseball fields. One of them was Forest Manor, and the other one was Prentice. And then I forget the one name on 42nd.
Well, we had West Montgomery. I played in Summer League Baseball League at West Montgomery from Mamie Tomasello back in the day. Me, Kevin Smith, Bob McMichael, and a few other Big Craig. Craig was our catcher. So this
Craig
is a park league.
Prentice too. He played Prentice with me.
Yes. So these, and I don't want to steal your thunder, but you're right. A lot of these parks were there available for us, and I know you want to talk about the one for a second between. Around Irvington. Was that Irvington? Around Irvington is that spot?
I think it was on 46. It was in a church. The church is still there.
Off of Emerson. Off of Emerson. You're talking about. Yeah. Everybody's like, what are they talking about? It's Indianapolis in the east side. It's right out there off of Emerson.
Hey, we syndicated out of Indiana. So, I was thinking that it was cost, but people have brought up to me that it costs us to play travel basketball. It costs to play travel softball. It costs to play a lot of travel track sports and whatever. But I think that hinders some people. But I also think that in the urban neighborhoods, the baseball fields are going away. And I think some of the churches that put these baseball parks together can't afford the insurance to put some of these baseball parks together anymore. So instead of risking injury and being sued, because we're in today's society of being sued, that they just did away with the baseball programs altogether, unless they can afford them all. So there go your hater right there. The guy's always on your back, Darren Kelly. He always agree with you.
But to your point, right? we had Prentice, we had Forest Manor, we had West Montgomery, we had that park right, like I said, the church right there at 46th and Emerson off the corner there. The thing is, if you think about it, a lot of these were born of the churches. Prentice, right there by the church. 46th and Emerson, right there by the church. Then also we had Forest Manor right down the street, right from the church. So, and the school, Forest Manor. So, but my thinking with that is, Reggie, is this. I think baseball is not a sport where the youth of today are excited about seeing it. That they say it's slow, it's boring. Why would I want to do that? I can't showboat. I can't distinguish myself, is what they're saying, right? And you see a lot of that, right? With regard to basketball, obviously football, things that, you can kind of, I don't know, share a little bit more of you, right? So to speak. But baseball is a great sport. And what's baseball done and MLB's done over the last few years is do everything they can to bring it back, right?
And they took it international too. The NBA is trying to do. I mean, look at the players that my Dodgers have from Japan. Look at the best player in the major league the last 5 years, pitching and hitting home runs. The world champion, two-time
Let's
world
get
champion.
back to the urban community. Let's get back to the urban community. That's what we're talking about.
I get back on that. I'm going to stay focused.
I know you love your Dodgers. Believe me, I know. But
I'm gonna stay focused. But we got Mookie Betts. There are a few blacks, but I felt like back in the day, a lot of them were American, and I think that blacks kind of do like you said. You brought it up early in the DR. They probably out there playing baseball with a stick and a hand-woven glove and everything because they love the game and they play the game. They're not playing a lot of travel ball. I give you credit on that when you brought that up earlier in our pre-production meeting. That's a very good fact. So our youth today, we don't have the fields where they're playing in the urban areas. They're turning down all the fields, putting up buildings and stuff. It's either have a pickleball court than a basketball court or a baseball field because they take up a lot of space. But then also in the inner city, I still think my buddy Lee, he told me that when his son was playing baseball, he was spending $500 a bat. The gloves were, I don't remember what he said. And he also told me if his son did good and got all A's, he was buying him Oakley sunglasses and everything.
Well, that means he's got to find the resources to do it. Everybody doesn't. We didn't have it as kids. And I promise you, I was a hell of a baseball player as well, too. You know why? Because we played up at School 71. We played wherever we could in the middle of the street or wherever. The challenge is, Reggie, also there's multiple challenges, but also kids don't get outside and play.
True.
They don't get outside and play, right? So it's an easy excuse. Well, the parks are gone. Well, kids weren't coming to them, right?
True.
That's what they're going to say. They're going to say, well, y'all weren't coming. Yeah, they were coming to a point, but not to the point where when we were youngsters, no. But here's the thing.
The gaming systems have taken over, so
right.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I saw an interview with the greatest hitter of all time, Pete Rose, right? Before he passed away. And he says, you know what you need to be a big league player? Hand-eye coordination. He didn't say you need an expensive bat. He didn't say you need an expensive glove. He didn't say you need to run a 4.240. He didn't say you need to jump with a 46-inch vertical. Hand-eye coordination. And I'm gonna say this: there are systems in place where you can go to stores, athletic stores, and get those things to help you with your hand-eye coordination. Junior highs teams don't have baseball teams anymore. High school teams do. If you
junior highs don't have baseball no more.
No, I'm saying they don't. I'm saying they don't. What I'm saying is, high schools do, right? So yeah, you got to play that game for a while to get there. But if you're going to be committed and be really good at your sports, you're going to be seen. You don't have to be on a travel team with $400 bats and $200 gloves. Those things, no matter how expensive the glove is, it's not going to help you catch. No matter how expensive the bat is, it's not going to put your eyes on that ball. So oftentimes we put these things, well, it's so expensive, and sometimes it scares us away. Mm-hmm. Think about travel basketball, AAU circuit and basketball. Believe me, that's just as expensive.
Yes, it is.
The shoes, you say, you can play here or there, but guess what? To get into that gym, you go to the factory over at Teague's place on the west side.
I heard some places are even charging the park now to come in and out of the parking lot. I heard that.
Grab your AAU team, and you see if your entry fee is $1,500. And if you're traveling, parents got to get up off of money for hotels, food, etc., like that. It's just what you want to do, in my opinion. That's what I believe. I believe it's what you want to do, and it's easy. It's easy to say, well, it's just so expensive.
And I agree with you. I think baseball realized that it needs to keep its audience here. And I think they're doing things to make it more interesting. Like the home run derby and everything. That's making it more interesting. They're speeding up the time. Didn't you tell me it's like 30 minutes cut off the length of the game now?
It's average of 30 minutes off of each baseball game this season off from prior 8 years prior, right? So the games are being sped up, right? They've got a pitch clock. It's a 30-second pitch. I think no, it's not. It's less than that.
Don't forget about they can challenge your pitch too, and they can go to the monitor too.
Well, that's this year. That's ABS, and I don't want to go down that path because ABS is going to take us 30 minutes, right? That's real complex, right? People can understand it, but it's a lot to unpack with the ABS system. But to that point, you're talking about a pitch clock, and also you got a batter's clock. Before you think about batters would get in the batter's box, they scratch and dig and chew and spit out the tobacco and all that stuff. You can't do that anymore, right?
Yeah, you used to spit out a chicken bone, didn't you?
if no, that was cauliflower beef. So with that, so what I'm saying is,
my man, I couldn't resist it. I am the king of trolls.
I was going to make a good ass point too, and you just messed it up.
Go ahead.
No, I forgot. No, so the batters. If he is not in the batter's box, guess what? Strike. Mm-hmm. So all these things are done to help speed up the game and also bring kids to say, hey, this isn't as boring as we thought. Mm-hmm. So we can have these excuses. I promise you. You can go over here to Creston, right here on Prospect and German Church, that big old field behind the parking lot. If you want to really play baseball, get out there and play. If you really want to play baseball, so there's still places.
Now, when I was at Creston had a junior high team because I started to try out for it, but I was in my age where I was looking too good and I was good baseball player. But I was like, nah, I didn't want to do it because I was a hell of a I got all kinds of baseball trophies because at Prentice, Reggie Sykes' name is a legend.
Those are participation trophies.
If Prentice was still there, they would have a picture of me on their Hall of Fame because Reggie was a hell of a baseball player. Now, I was more of a role player in basketball and maybe a role player in football.
Reggie, you was a star.
I was a star in baseball. I was a star in baseball. I'm telling you what
Okay, clip that. Reggie was a star in baseball.
Yes.
And you were named after Reggie Jackson.
No. My mama just liked the name Reggie, man. We can't stand Reggie Jackson in our house. I'm just trying to start stuff.
I don't want to go down that path. But to your point, Reggie, what can we do as in our community to say, listen, let's spread the word, talk to folks about baseball, get out there, play baseball. You don't need a $400 bat to play baseball. You don't need the $200 cleats. Just get out there and play. Like the great Pete Rose said, hand-eye coordination. That's it. What you need.
I think what's going to have to happen, I think baseball's going to kind of have to do what basketball do. They're going to have to start doing more outreach programs. Maybe we don't see it because Indianapolis doesn't have a professional baseball team. But I wonder if they're doing it in cities like Cincinnati and Chicago and Detroit and Cleveland. I wonder if they have an outreach program where they're doing things to help the kids see them and want to play baseball. I wonder if they're giving tickets away to the schools to bring the kids to the schools to see baseball and how actually it is fun to go to a baseball game. Well, I just wonder what baseball's doing.
Let me tell you this. I remember back in the day when me and Alonzo Browner was delivering newspapers, the news over there off of Bancroft and Riley. We would get Indianapolis Indians tickets all the time. And his mother would take us to the Indianapolis Indians or on 16th Street, drop us off right there by Mr. Dan's, right? And we give her time to come pick us up. So the thing is, we don't have a Major League Baseball team. We got the Indians, we can still do those things as well, too.
That's true, man. But since my son wants to come, man, he's in vacation in the DR, and he's going to say we love Reggie Sykes in the household because he's a Stanky fan. I didn't raise no Stanky fans. Matter of fact, I was supposed to pick him up at the airport. I don't even know if I'm going to pick him up at the airport when he gets back into the country now, because he's talking about Reggie loves Reggie Jackson. This Reggie Sykes don't love Reggie Jackson. I'm going to tell you that, or the Stankies right now. And these people are talking about all this crazy. I'm looking at the stuff popping up on here. And Darren talking about I'm the water boy and everything. I'm looking at these comments. I'm glad I got my dual screens now so I can look over at the comments now and see the trash that people are talking. And they get me off subject. But I'm going to get back on subject here in a second. Okay? We don't love Reggie Jackson. We Dodgers fans in this family. We Dodgers fans. Okay, now I'm back on subject. I'm back on subject now. My bad. 15 minutes in, they got me off subject already.
Yeah, the point I made was whatever it was. I don't remember. I'm sure it was decent, but it's recorded, so we'll get back to it when we listen.
But baseball's going to have to do more outreaches. I know you're trying to be worldwide. I know you want to be in China and Japan and in the Caribbean and in Europe and everywhere. But your core started here in America. You know, I was watching that special about the Savannah Bananas and how they're honoring the Indianapolis Clowns right now.
Yeah.
Very
they
good
won the
specials
other night.
on ESPN.
They won on a walk-off home run the other night.
Yeah. So the Indianapolis Clowns, people don't realize, were around to the 1980s after the Negro League had folded. Monique, I forget her, Monique Davis, she preached a no-hitter in Little League Baseball.
Monique Davis,
she's actually part of the team. Some of the same stuff. The Negro League Museum, they went to the Negro League Museum and they got introduced to, wow, the Savannah Bananas weren't the first ones to put on this type of entertainment. It was the Indianapolis Clowns. And that's what they did. And the thing, I know I'm off subject a little bit, but all those players were good. A lot of those players were black. They had women. They had white guys on the team too, you know. So they were born storming after the Negro League folded, after Jackie Robinson. Hank Aaron played for the Indianapolis Clowns, man, until he got drafted and stuff. So I don't know if this is the Indianapolis Clowns gonna help introduce more youth to.
It's going to take time, Reggie. It's not an overnight thing. It's going to take time, and it takes education. It takes sharing. So, but if all I'm watching is NFL and NBA or any form of football and basketball, and being shunned away from baseball because it's too expensive, and as those people share with you, you know, we're being told it's so expensive. It ain't no more expensive than AAU basketball. Try 7-on-7 football. Try those leagues, right? You know, so all those things are expensive. It just seems as though we're being kind of shooed away from the baseball pieces.
You know what? Baseball players make a whole lot more money than football players.
Well, it's long term. It's long term. It's long term. Yes. Less wear and tear on your body. And on top of that, they got the best union ever created in the world.
Oh, yes. But that's another subject for another show.
That's baseball, though. That's baseball.
We're gonna talk about them possibly going on strike, but we got other subjects. You told me to stay on subject, so let's stay on subject. But you're absolutely right.
We're talking about baseball. What the hell are you talking about?
I didn't hear a word you say. What did you?
We're talking about baseball.
Yeah. But
and you know what? There's another subject we want to hit.
Blowing up right now. Every time my phone blows up, I can't hear a word you said.
Let me know when you're done, then, so we can do our show that we're on live.
No, let's go ahead. I'm
You ready?
Yeah, I'm good. Let's go ahead and go.
Okay.
Keep going.
So next topic we talked about was WNBA, right? We talked about the weekend that was with the Indiana Fever losing 2 games to Atlanta Dream over the weekend. One here in Cambridge Light, the other one in Atlanta. Talk about that. What did you think, and what do you think about?
Hey, man. When they play tomorrow, the game is going to be very interesting. I was at work watching the game, and the last 6 minutes of the game, I swear it took like an hour and 30 minutes because there were so many texts and so much. It had got so physical. In the WNBA, you need rivalries like that. Bonner, she was part of the Fever. The first part of the season, they let her go. And then that's kind of brewing this. The Phoenix, they were really actually pretty good. Lee, I talked about you earlier in travel baseball. Maybe you can comment later on and let us know a little bit about you and your son when he was playing travel baseball. But Bonner and Caitlin Clark kind of got into it. Caitlin Clark only needs one T before she's suspended for a game. She needs to let everybody else be animated. You know, you're clapping, but you're clapping like you said in people's face. So that brings stuff out. But I think all this excitement and stuff is good for the WNBA. That's what people say about the NBA. They all like each other. They all friends. We need some natural rivalries. You know, like the Pacers over the Knicks and the Pacers hating the Knicks and the Knicks hating the Pacers. You need some actual natural rivalries to drive fans to the sport. So Caitlin Clark needs to, in my opinion, chill out. You're a great player, but your defense sucks. And I'm a Caitlin Clark fan. Her defense sucks. Sucks.
Well,
She needs to, instead of arguing with the referees, you need to go back down there and play some defense because you back there and it's a 5-on-4. You need to get back and play some defense. You know, it's contagious. It's happening in the NBA. It's happening in college. It's happening in travel. It's happening. These players need to shut up and just play ball.
Well, the challenge is, man, you know, the person who shuts up doesn't get on TV. They don't get the looks. They don't get the conversation, right? One of the things about Caitlin Clark, came into the league 3 years ago, on blazing everything, right, on fire, right? You know, and yeah, she's still a hell of a player. She's still one of my top 3 or 4 players in the league. But her childish behavior, her antics, clapping in Bonner's face the other night, and then go on your presser saying, "I don't understand why I got the tech." Yeah, you do. You don't want to. You don't want to understand because you believe you're above that. You're not above anything. You're not above anything. You're a player in the WNBA. Yes, you're a good player. Yes, you're a great shooter. All those wonderful things. Great ball handler. Love your passing skill. Your game is advanced. Got it. Let your game do the talking for you. You don't have to be the one talking all the time to every player. The challenge for her is every player that she goes up against is going at her hard.
Right.
And so what she's trying to do is fight back. I get that. But you don't have to respond to everything that's said and done to you. You don't have to do that.
Right.
And for me, from a WNBA perspective, I've been watching a hell of a lot more. Hey, I'm tired of all the scuffling and the people getting broke up all the time. That's tired. You're not going to fight. You're not going to punch anybody in the face. Stop all the bravado and just get back to playing basketball. I want to see that all the time. I'm not saying the NBA, the AAU. No. What I'm saying is just play basketball. You ain't got to you just hoop.
You know what, man? It's ridiculous. Even retired players are fighting. Your favorite, Lance Stevens and Michael Beasley.
Well, they're on the basketball court. They're competing.
They're the big three.
Right, they're competing.
They're fighting. Lance Stevens and Michael Beasley both got suspended for one game from the big three. But since they don't have a lot of players, they got to stagger the suspension. I mean, come on, man.
Well, I mean,
we like the bumping and stuff, but the fight. Play ball, man. Play ball.
Look, man. The difference for those guys is, like you said, it's about, I think it's 5 guys they've got, 4 guys, something like that. And they're trying. They're trying to get every little bit of penny they can. They're tapped out. These guys, they're trying to get that last little bit, right? They're not in the prime of their career doing this. They're done. NBA wise, they're done. But they're trying to hang on and do what they can. But again, I don't really talk much about.
There was one guy, and he said he can't. There was one guy in the big three that got blackballed. Man, Jackson played with. I could never pronounce his Muslim name correct. That went to LSU. Was cold. Got blackballed because he wouldn't stand up. I couldn't think of his Muslim name because he doesn't go by Chris Jackson.
Rauf. Yeah.
Hey, man, when I was watching him playing the big three, he looked like he could come back to the NBA. That boy could still shoot, man. Yeah, I think he still works out. But I know that's off the subject and everything. But I just remember him playing, man. He just like in shape, like crazy.
But the thing, getting back to the WNBA though, man, they want all this publicity, right? They want all the love. They want the private planes. They want all this thing, right? So you got to do something to make everybody, not everybody, but make people feel welcome to want to be a part of your game, right? And again, everybody don't like all the bravado, right? Some do, and that's fine, right? Like with the Caitlin Clark, you got people who love Caitlin Clark to death. You got people who can't stand her. Same way with Angel Reese and many others, right? For me is just bring the game to what it is. You got skilled players. You got a contract deal for the union. They worked that out. You got players coming in year in, year out that are skilled, right? Skilled players. Let the game live off of that. And I understand people say it's selling the game. It ain't selling it for me. It ain't selling. It ain't boxing. They're not gonna fight. If you got 3 or 4 scuffles per game and ain't nobody fighting, that ain't selling nothing. That's selling foolishness. You ain't putting your hands on nobody. Y'all scuffle for about 2 or 3 minutes, pushing each other out, then you're done. Here comes the text. So again, for me, I'm not a fan of it.
I think a little bit about the WNBA game, man. The refereeing is horrible. I don't care.
We complain about the NBA refereeing too. So
no, but the WNBA is way worse than NBA, man. I don't know what they're going to do.
It seems like the same to me, but
no, man. They are horrible. They lost total control of the game last night. Total control of the game last night, man. They were horrible. They won't be refereeing the next game tomorrow in Phoenix. They're going to have a total.
Well, what's the accountability for the players, the coaches? Yeah, they got 17 damn coaches. What about the accountability there? Referees, they're not there to break up fights. They're there between the 94 feet to call a basketball game. They're not refereed for boxing. So you got all these damn coaches. You got assistant coaches. You got player development coaches. All this stuff. Where's that at?
But for one thing, the fouls are up in the WNBA because of the freedom in movement.
The fouls are because they're fouling.
The WNBA used to be like the NBA in the 90s, man. They were physically guarding you, man. You know, you wouldn't have foul unless, you got a good little elbow coming down there, So that freedom of movement has caused a little bit more fouls, and the players haven't adjusted to it. If you look it up, the fouls this year versus last year are way up. Way up.
Could it be because they're fouling more?
Well, they was fouling last year. They just wasn't calling it. This year, they make them call it.
It sounds. I see a lot of whining in WNBA interviews, right? In post press conferences, right? A lot of complaining about the ref. A lot of complaining about this. Just who? I see a lot of missed layups. I do see that. I see a whole lot of brick layups.
Man, I thought you wasn't going to start on that again.
No, it's ownership. It's ownership, man. You can't have it one way. You complain about the referee, but you out there missing bunnies. No, you get. I'll let you go ahead and if you want to get engaged with whatever you're doing, because this is kind of a live show. We can,
No, I'm looking at my screen. I'm looking at you. Yeah. I'm looking at my screen. I was just looking at the subject. I'm listening to you.
Next topic, NBA draft, right? So NBA draft is tonight. What do you think?
You get a little sensitive because I'm not looking at you in the face.
Just NBA draft. What's next?
I'm listening to you.
What's next?
NBA draft. You talking about my info ready? I got my info up. I was going to the right screen where I got my notes at. Can I do that?
NBA draft.
You always talk about I ain't prepared. Can I be a little prepared?
I never said you weren't prepared. I said NBA draft.
Yeah. Well, we're going to do the NBA draft, and we're going to do the Greek Freak trade, and we're going to do the Randall trade, and we're going to talk. You know what I want to talk about first before we get into all of that? Did you see the contract the coach signed for Portland Trail Blazers? He signed a 1-year deal, and the team has an option for the second year and the third year. How is he going to coach a team with a 1-year deal?
He signed it.
Yeah, he signed it.
Oh, well.
But the same owner of the Portland Trail Blazers is the team that 1 year I think he had him check out of the hotel early because he didn't want to pay.
That was this year.
That was this year. The same owner of Jacksonville. He's like the owner that used to have the Clippers.
That's a different owner. Jacksonville Jaguars owner is Khan.
So maybe he owns the hockey team then. Maybe this owner owns the hockey team.
Possibly. But here's the deal. Dude, he signed a contract. Listen, you have a choice because he was the lead assistant in Minnesota.
Yes.
Lead assistant in Minnesota. So he's so desperate to get one of the 30 jobs in NBA where he says, hey, I'm going to take this job a 1-year deal. That's dumb. You know what it is? And here's why it's also dumb. I know the coaches don't have a coaches union, right?
They do have a coaches union.
I'm sorry. They have a coaches. They have a coaches collective, right? But here's the thing: you're hurting other coaches coming behind you doing that.
Yes.
That's
other owners they're gonna do it. What it is the that's his only business, from what I'm understanding. That's his livelihood. But he's a billionaire. His team is valued at that. And I think his hockey team or either football team is valued at a lot of money. But he sees Dolik, the owner of the New York Knicks. He has to pay Thibodeau out all his money. Then he has to pay Mike Brown his money. He's probably going to get a raise this year. You know, he's looking like he don't want to get trapped, you know, firing the coach after 1 year and owing them 4 years. I mean, look at Doc. He made out like a fat cat also. Look at all the coaches the Lakers were playing at one time. When they playing like 3 or 4 coaches at one time. So yeah,
that's what happened,
I guess he doesn't want to get caught up. But the team, that doesn't count towards the salary cap. You got the money. Pay that man, because the players are not going to look up to nobody on a 1 year deal.
Going to the salary cap. How much respect you think he's going to get on a 1 year deal as a guy desperate to get a job? Come on, man.
No.
You know, this dude, you talking about thirsty. This is the epitome of thirst, signing a 1 year deal. And I didn't see that. If he signed a 1 year deal, he is absolutely thirsty. 100%.
Why do you turn the whole chat group and YouTube against me? Why do you turn my own roommate from college against me? Lee talk about stay engaged. Lee, I am engaged. I got dual screen. Lee, you the one that told me to go to the dual screen for my phone so I can see the information better. And y'all tell I am engaged. Just because I'm not looking at the screen, I'm looking over here. I'm looking at my dual screen, getting my information for the topic so I don't forget something. Man, y'all got me going all off subject today. Y'all getting on the King of Trolls' nerves today. All y'all in that chat.
Whoa, we getting on your nerves? Okay. So back to that contract conversation. He's failed his peers for signing a 1 year deal. Just like in NFL and NBA. You know, they have a kind of a unwritten rule. You got to take the most. You know, unless you're a seasoned guy, unless you're like Brock. And you're in your 20-something year, yeah, you can take less. But you got to take the most, because that's for those guys coming behind you as well.
But hold on. I didn't see Doc taking less. I didn't see Thibodeau taking less. I bet Dusty May don't take less.
That's what I'm saying.
Played Michigan at $5 million getting out of his contract. So, yeah, you're right. They owe it to the other coaches coming behind them, because other teams are going to try to attempt to do the same thing if this works.
Right. That's all I'm saying, right? You know, and if you do that, I'm sure there are coaches saying, "What the hell did he just do?" Mm-hmm. And those players are thinking, "This guy's a dead man walking. Mm-hmm. We'll do what we want." You got a young guy in Scoot Henderson who, you know, was a make or break year this coming year, and how much respect he's going to give his coach? The guy's on a 1 year deal with an owner who wants people checking out early at hotels. Owner who declined to get rally T-shirts because it costs too much. That doesn't make sense, man.
I do not feel sorry for his rich butt. I do not feel sorry for him. He got the money. Stop being chip.
How would anybody feel sorry for a billionaire?
Right.
There's no. It just.
That's right. He didn't have no rally T-shirts or anything.
So, you know, and again, what it is, as his money, he can do what he wants with it, right? But I'm telling you this, as players look and see that free agent market is going to be dry as a powder house for the people in Portland, because there's no need. Why would you want to go to Portland? Mm-hmm. Everything, you know, they're skimming. So no, you don't want to be a part of that. But getting back to the draft, this is a big night tonight, man. You got teams with multiple picks, right? You're looking at Milwaukee. They got pick 10 and 13. They got the treasure trove of players coming over from Miami, right? Mm-hmm. They got picks 10, they got pick 13. Milwaukee can turn this thing upside down pretty quickly. You know, you've got 2 of the top 13 picks, and then you've got Tyler Hero is in his last year of his deal. You've got Kel Ware from Indiana, who's a hell of a player.
I like him.
You got Jaime Jaquez as well too. So for me,
and I like his slow-footed butt too.
Yeah, but for me, I think Milwaukee is going to be really interesting tonight. Do they try to package a 13 and 10?
I can see
the player they're looking for.
I can see Tyler out of Milwaukee. I can see Miles out of Milwaukee. I can see them trying to package those 2 draft picks together and maybe those 2 players and getting down lower. But I don't think anybody in the top 4 is going to drop out of the top 4 picks. I think the top 4 is pretty much secure. Maybe they can get down low as 5. I've heard rumors that the Clippers may try to come out. You know, they got the Pacers pick. Oh my goodness. But that's another subject. But I hear they got to decide if they're going to keep Leonard or what they're going to do. Yeah,
I think Leonard's gone. I think Leonard's gone. I think Leonard's gone. You know, I absolutely not because I like Kawhi Leonard. I think last year, for most of the year, I think he played 60 games. Hell, he damn near played, at his level from 5 years ago.
We can kind of put him in the Greek freak in the same category. I saw reports where they made him like fifth to win the East ahead of the Pacers. They got the Pacers like 10th or something. That's unbelievable because Miami traded away so many assets to me. They don't have any outside shooters. You got Bam Bam, you got Bobby Portis, you got the Greek. The Greek is ball dominant. Who's going to shoot the ball? Because either Michael Powell or Andre Wiggins is out. You can't pay them both unless Andre Wiggins, he's owed $30 million for 1 year. Unless what I heard is they need him to restructure maybe a 3-year and take $24 million. Michael Powell, pay me my money or let somebody else pay me. Some of these players need to opt in. That have some of these players across some of these teams. Betting on yourself. We seen it didn't work for some players. It didn't work for
and that's tough. But here's the thing, though, right? If the money's there, you're going to go where the money is. A lot of these players, they'll say, I don't want to go here. Like we talked about the Portland deal. I mean, somebody will take $40 million over $40 million for 5 years to go play in Portland. But here's the thing, though, right? Guys aren't going to. That's not going to be a place where a destination, right? You have your one-offs here or there. But for me, from what Miami did, yeah, they went all in, and like I said on our show on Sunday, man, Pat Riley was a coach of the Showtime Lakers in the 80s. He's about done, and I think this is his swan song to say, this is my last hurrah. I'm going out. I'm going, and he's got about probably a 2-year window, maybe 3.
2 years
to see what he can make happen.
And I don't think they're going to make it happen. People say, well, when he got James, they won the title the second year. When he got Shaq, they won it in the second year. They said, well, they got the Greek. That gives them 2 years to build around him and get shooting. I didn't heard the people say that, Stroker and Pet, they're the best at finding talent. But you gave up a whole lot of talent. Are these going to be me and you talk about this all the time? A bench player that is good for 6 to 8 minutes is a good bench player. Move them into the starting lineup and see what happens. They usually fail. You need them to play their 6 to 10 or 8 minutes. That's what you need out of a good bench player. Moving them in the starting position never helps you out. And I really don't see how this. I would have went for Brown. I didn't heard reports that people want the Pacers to go after Brown, man. I know I jumped subjects on you. My bad. I don't want.
There's reports out there with Brown going a lot of different places. It looks as though Brown is unhappy in Boston. A lot of commentary between him and Stephen A. this year. And then the other thing is, if in fact Brown is traded, it says that Boston feels that Tatum's their best player, right? And they want to keep Tatum happy, and that's fine. But again, you need multiple, very, very good players to win a title.
You need multiple players and you need a bench. To me, that was Boston's play. They're starting. That's what when these people do these big threes and they pay the big three all this money, they lack on the role players. What we talked about, the Pacers the 2 years, they had the bench. The bench came in to save the Pacers a lot of games. They could go 10, 11 deep. I just don't see teams winning them with 3 superstars anymore or paying 3 people and getting bottom feeders for the rest of the team to fill it up. It just won't work.
Talent level is so equal, man. You can't do what you did back in the 80s and the 90s, right? And the tough part about that is, you got Pat Riley, who's on his swan song, sunset of his career. He's like, I'm trying to go out with a bang and see what I can make happen. Yeah, you give him credit for making the deal. Fine, you made the deal, but you got to fill out your roster, Pat. You gave up your first round pick this year. I think you gave up, I want to say their 2nd and 30, and I think the 1st and 32 or swap picks or something along those lines.
They swap picks the last one, and then I think the other one was straight up wherever it is.
It's a lot. It's a lot. 31 and 33, well, not 30 and 32, 31 and 33. But the thing about it is, if that doesn't work out for him, in year 1, what gives you the thought that it's going to work out in year 2?
Yeah,
I mean, those guys.
Corey said Wiggins going to stay. He said, Corey says Wiggins is going to stay and Powell's going to be gone. We'll see tonight, won't we?
Well, I mean, it could be. I mean, and that's fair to say. But the thing is, they still got to fill out their bench, you know. And you got to find some. I mean, granted, Giannis's brother is a UFA, you know. So I mean, it's like he
Is he going? Are both of them going? Is the one going to leave the G League and come?
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna say this. I'm put this on the record. I'm saying that neither one are going to Miami because it ain't Milwaukee. It ain't Milwaukee. So I don't think any of those, other than being in the stands watching their brother play, I don't think neither one of them going to Miami.
Did James get mad at Pat because he wouldn't file the coach? That's one reason why he didn't resign.
The talk was that he wanted Spo fired, and Pat Riley says no, and that was it. And then when LeBron was up, he left.
Okay.
You know,
okay.
I mean, this they say. I mean, you know, you hear a lot of stuff about that's why he left, right? Because he wanted Spo fired, right? And Pat said, no, this is Miami. This ain't you ain't calling the shots. This ain't Cleveland, and you can fire the coach mid game. You know, so again, that's what happens, right? That's what happens. But then we continue to go forward. You know, the Bulls, 4th and 15, they got Nick Claxton in that trade this week. I'm telling you now, the Bulls are looking pretty damn good. You got pick 4, and you got 15, and they were talking about getting a center at 15. The young man out of
the center they got is pretty good, and
Claxton is a baller. So now you're gonna probably get.
You got Caleb your point guard. You got the guy from Australia.
Caleb Wilson, man. I just can hear it. Caleb Wilson, Chicago Bulls, man. And then with 15, 4?
And number 4?
Possibly, depending on how they, if the Boozer falls or whatever like that. One of those 4
Boozer's
guys.
Gonna be number 3. Boozer's gonna be number 3.
And then that's possible.
AJ's gonna be number 1. Peterson's gonna be number 2.
And that's possible. But then if the Bulls keep their pick at 15, you followed up with Koa Pete. Man, if you get one of those guards, right? If they say, because you talk about 2 dynamic guards in this draft, you talking about Darius Acuff Jr. and my man out of Houston, both dynamic guards, guys. They say
man, what's his name? Man,
he had the dreads. Oh, I can see his face.
I know you're talking about.
Light skin, but to that point, man, the Bulls can do some real damage right now, man. You know, they got number 4, number 15. Well, look,
the draft's going to be coming on in a minute. I think we're going to see some
It's on at 8. It's on at 8,
before. We're going to see some moves before. But I think we're going to see a lot more moves after. And then you got free agency coming on. There's going to be, the NBA is going to be crazy this year, man. Because teams need to make
next week.
Look,
next weekend.
Let me tell you something. Hold on. Let me go back to something. You know, we talked about the coach of Portland only getting a 1-year deal. He can't even develop players. He got to play his starters the whole game. Teams now, they give you a 3-year window to try to win the championship or improve. Used to be you had 5 years, I can develop these players, and then I can get them ready, and then maybe we can go for a championship. Now, in this society, everybody wants it right now. Nobody wants to wait for a championship. I mean, look how long IU waited to get a national championship. People don't want to wait. Sometimes you may wait 100 years.
Because there's pressure to win now. And people are feeling that pressure, and they do things outside of the norm. They say, "Well, we're going to do this. We're going to go for it, right?" And people, the patience isn't there because GMs will say, "Listen, I'm going to get fired if this doesn't work." Since you got the hat on, you want to keep getting sidetracked. Only GM cannot do his job and keep his job is valid for the coach.
Hey man,
that's the only guy that can.
You had the coach guy on your show. You wasn't talking crazy to him. Then why are you gonna come on my show and talk crazy about my coach?
No. What did I say crazy?
What you're trying to? You sliding in little slingers.
No, that's not sling. What I said was the only GM in professional sports history that can be a failure at his job and keep his job is Chris Ballard. Going into year 8, no playoffs. That's what I said. That ain't nothing slick. That's a fact. He's the only GM that can keep his job.
I can't wait to shut you up when the coach start. I can't wait till the coach make the playoffs. The coach probably going to win the South.
That's just a fact.
South. Matter of fact, I'm gonna place a bet on.
Listen, I get it hurts your feelings, but that's just the truth.
No. You just got 10 teams. That's what it is.
I got
so you want to talk about my one team?
I got 10 teams.
Well, you want to talk about my one team? So that's the problem. See, man, that's the problem.
You got the hat on. You got the hat on.
we don't even need to be friends on social media because you're trolling and you're lying about you're not eating meat. Oh yeah, you got people. Darren Kelly trolls for you.
They troll for themselves. Come on, man.
Alabama trolls for you.
I don't trust.
Lee, my roommate from college, even trolls for you.
It's the truth. The truth.
No, it's not. Don't be the truth about me.
What part about my statement is not the truth then?
In this society, we just talked about.
Well, what? Now we're talking society. Now we're your congressman. You talking about society? I said the only GM that can keep his job by doing a bad job is Ballard. Tell me I'm wrong.
Saying we're delaying our gratification, giving the GM and the coach enough time to develop players and a strategy, and having players come back from injury, just like the Pacers have players come back from injuries to win the championship.
Everybody get injuries.
That's what we're doing.
Everybody got injuries.
We're not like everybody else. Oh, that coach can win, fire him in 2 years or fire him in a year. Or we're going to fire that GM in 1 year. We're not going to do all that. We're the coach. We're going to follow our own game plan.
8 years. It ain't 2 years.
Next subject. Next subject, Hater.
No. You want to stay off track? No. Now all of a sudden we're off track. Now you want to get back on track. Now you want to get back on track. You the one brought it up. I didn't. So I'm just saying.
I'm going to bake a cake for your ass. You just wait.
Listen,
I'm going to bake a cake for your ass.
I'm going to just tell you, I want the Colts to succeed. I'm in Indianapolis. Listen. I want the Colts to succeed.
You threw away all your Colts gear.
Yeah, because, listen, I'm not going down that path, right? So we're going to talk about, but what I'm saying is I want them to win. But you got to be realistic, Reggie. Come on, man.
They started off 8-0 last year until an injury to the quarterback hurt them. And then they had some injuries to their defensive backs last year. Your man, what's his name, Matt?
Matt Taylor.
Money Matt Taylor told you all this on Game Time Network.
Absolutely.
On your show with Isaiah, the Dallas Cowboy fans, and Ramon, and y'all evidently didn't forget that show. Maybe you need to bring some clips up from your old show.
Dude, I posted them last night. Matter of fact.
Maybe you need to listen to them instead of posting them. Maybe you need to go back
and listen to
what Matt was saying.
Listen, I respect Matt Taylor. This is homegrown talent here. Matt Taylor's an Indiana guy. He got his dream job as a coach. Nothing but respect for Matt Taylor. Nothing but respect. And everything he said has very valid points. All I'm saying is this. We talk about Ballard. I ain't talking about no injuries. I ain't talking about none of that other stuff you talking about. I'm talking about Chris Ballard, the GM. And what I'm saying is, if the Colts do not make the playoffs this year, now they're going to look to firing.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Because he didn't have enough time. He didn't have more than 2 years. He didn't have more than 1 year. He didn't have more than 3 years. Injuries have been a part of some of these years. Taylor getting hurt a few of these years. AR getting hurt. I do blame him and Coach Steichen for the AR situation because I felt like
this dude talking about my Coach Hater, but I'm just telling the truth. The truth ain't hate. The truth.
What are you talking about, man?
You can chime in all the hell you want. The truth ain't hate. I know this world we in. You're a hater. You're a hater.
Man, hey, man. I must have been hacked. How did that come up?
The truth is not hate.
I don't know how that comment came up on YouTube. I see it now.
You think you so slick. You sitting there. You can't type anyway, so you're doing like one of these numbers. It's obvious as hell. Then you gonna sit there try to throw it out there, and like Lee said, you got make it so damn obvious. That's you got people messaging me. Is Reggie asleep? I mean, what the hell? Is he nodding off? Nah, he's doing this because he can't type, so he's doing it.
Hey, look, man, I'm a blue collar worker. I'm not used to working with dual screens like you guys, man. Well, that sit at home and work an hour on the dual screen, man. I'm trying to get used to the dual screens, man. Let me line them up a little bit better, man. But I need to be able to see when I'm clicking on my notes and clicking on different sports topics that I want to bring up. I need to be able to see all that, man. So get out my bag.
Everybody, this is pure gold, right? And here's the thing, right? There are people out there probably think this is a ruse. They think this is some planned thing. No, this is us every day. Just like when I was at Mama's house this weekend and you calling. You know, since you want to bring things up on the internet, we're gonna bring this up. I'm at Mama's house. She said, "Do you want me to answer? It's him." I said,
No,
"Let me answer,
didn't
Mama."
say that, man.
No, that's why I answered.
Say that.
That's why I answered.
Didn't say that. This is a sports show.
You wasn't there.
Gonna bring my mama on this show.
Ask Chris.
You're gonna stay away from my mama's house, okay?
No,
Secondly,
I tell you what. The next time I bring greens, you get none. I tell you that.
I ate a big pot of them. I took some of them to work too. Yeah, just like you was eating meat. Yeah, I ate some of them greens.
No,
you're right.
Cauliflower bites.
And Uncle
Cauliflower
Johnny's
bites.
not your uncle. You're not a part of my family.
Yeah,
you're a
matter of
troll.
fact, he is my uncle.
Matter of fact, I need to unfriend you on all social media. I need to unfriend you on all. We need to keep this professional.
He can't stay professional. I know you too damn long, and I'm gonna be sitting next to you all season long with the Pacers.
I'm moving my seat. I'm moving my Pacers seats away
you
from
ain't
you.
moving no seat. It's too late.
I'm moving my seats away from you.
You don't want to move
I'm my tickets.
You don't want to move anyway because you know why? Because you know damn well you're like, hey man, it's your turn to buy beer. So that wouldn't happen anyway.
You didn't buy the beer last year. I bought every time we went to the game. Me and Alan.
Well, Al deserved to buy the beer. Like you're looking frozen up. See, that's what happened when you sit there clowning. See what happens? You freeze up when you lie.
You froze up.
No, you froze up.
Let's get back to sports. You done got us all off the subject of your trolling and everything. This is a sports show. Ladies and gentlemen, this is biased with a little bit of truth. We're based out of Indiana. I love all the Indiana teams. I love the Colts. Daryl has about 8 NFL teams that he loves, and he loves IU, and he loves the Sorry Tide, and he likes the different stankies. I love the Dodgers. I like IU. I like Purdue. I like Vincennes. I like Butler. I love Southern University. My baseball team are the Dodgers, but I like Cincinnati. I like the White Sox, and I like
the Mets.
So you like the Mets because Dwight Gooden.
You got 8 teams too.
I like Cubs. No, I like those teams. I don't claim those teams. I claim the Dodgers. I don't have none of their gear. I just have Dodgers gear. So you probably got team from 10 different teams. You probably got 10 different hats you wear.
I can't afford it. See, I ain't rich like that. I can't afford it.
Have you announced the NFL teams you're going to cheer for this year?
No, but like I said last week, the 2 locks are Philadelphia and the Baltimore Ravens. And with an honorable mention coming up strong, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Like I told you, my guy gave me an invite this coming season for lower bowl tickets to a Tampa Bay Bucs game. All I got to do is get down there. So I'm just saying the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are looking really good right now as a team for Okai. I'm just saying.
Let me ask you a serious question about the NBA. Do you think what's his name for the Grizzlies is going to get traded, or Memphis going to have to hold on to him?
Dude, Isaiah and I will talk about that today. I'm telling you, man, I don't know because his price tag is so high. Last 2 years, injuries and suspensions. I said to Isaiah, I think he's 75% of the player he was at his peak when he was dunking on 7'5" guys. I don't think people want John Morant because of the baggage that he's shown, and we can be mad all we want. Oh, they're picking on it. He picked on himself.
Yeah.
He picked on himself. And the reason why he wasn't traded last season at the trade deadline, teams were asking for too much else if they took on John Morant and his contract. Mm-hmm. Now, mind you, my boy Ojinga already told me, hey, he sold his house. His house is up for sale in Memphis. So he knows he wants to go somewhere. But I'm telling you, you're talking about pennies on the dollar, brother. You're talking pennies on the dollar. Mm-hmm. You know, I would not be surprised if he goes somewhere to the doldrums of a team, right? I'm talking, the Wizards just made fools out of themselves signing Trae Young for that 4-year, $212 million. Are you kidding me? I mean, they're off the table for Ja, right? Because that's a team that would do something like that, But I'm just telling you, I don't know where he lands because it's pennies on the dollar. And what are you getting from this guy who's in year, 6 or 7 now? Mm-hmm. He's not getting any younger, and those injuries. Yeah, he's slight of build. He's 190 pounds maybe. Mm-hmm. Dude, I don't see how he can make it back to where he was.
Lee, I have never in life owned a Chicago Bulls sweatsuit. It was a red, white, and blue Nike sweatsuit. I didn't have one of the Bulls sweatsuits. Secondly, I like the White Sox because of players. Some people say they like players. I like Frank Thompson. In the year they won the World Series. I like the Reds because Joe Morgan, Ken Griffey Sr., Johnny Bench, those players, Dave
That
Concepcion,
sounds
and
like
all
fandom
those.
to me. That sounds
I
like
like the
NBA
Mets.
to me.
I like the Mets because of Dwight Gooden and Darryl Strawberry. So I like the players, so I like the teams, but I don't own their gear. I've never had anything that said Chicago Bulls on it. The only thing that I
I
have
got a
had
feeling there's gonna be a
that
picture
said
of you on
Jordan,
social media today
I have
with the Chicago
Jordans.
Bulls.
I have Jordans on them, and sometimes I feel like putting tape over the Jordans label, like him and Charles Barkley did with the Adidas label for Adidas. I like the shoes and how they look, but I hate that Jordan's name is on the shoe. I hate when I
Hey.
gotta buy Pacer gear and they got a Jordan label on it. So I've never liked the Heifers. Oh, my bad, the Bulls. Now that's
Hey, I
answer
got
your
a
question,
feeling.
Lee.
I got a feeling that there's going to be a picture of you roaming around on the internet today with Bulls gear on. I'm
It's
guessing.
gonna be AI, just like
No,
you
no,
put me in the
no,
Spurs
I'm
stuff
just saying,
and Nick stuff. It's
I'm
gonna
not
be
saying-
AI.
listen,
It's
I
gonna
don't
be
know.
AI.
I don't know anything about AI. I don't know what you're talking about. All I know is that
Yeah,
I
you
would
know about
use
AI. That was you pouring algae in a reflecting pool. Yeah, you know about AI. Yeah. Let's get back to this. I saw you and Isaiah talking about AR and James in LA. I'm thinking James is going to be back in LA at a cheaper price, and I don't think LA. I think LA's going to have to pay AR. I don't think they're just going to let him walk.
Listen, let me tell you something, man. This dude, I'm just gonna hear
He
facts.
gets him. You don't have to put that comment
Hey,
up.
Lee, hey, that's my boy, man. Me and Lee, hey, we gotta connect when he gets back here. But look, here's I'm gonna say this about AR-15. You talking about Austin Reeves, who we're talking about, right? Austin Reeves for the Lakers. He's eligible for a 4-year, $179 million deal for other team without the Lakers. He's eligible for 5 years. 5 years at 240 some odd million for the Lakers. Okay, players aren't leaving money on the table, but it takes two to tango. The Lakers gotta want to sign him, and I'm telling you this: if I'm a Laker fan and I'm not, I don't want him to resign.
Well, he's a Laker favorite. I thought the Lakers like him more than they like James.
Dude, listen, he doesn't bring what LeBron James brings. Come on,
No, he don't.
this
He's a
dude is the
shooter.
boy. Oh, you're talking about defensive liabilities.
Oh,
He's
yes.
another one. And again, he got exposed in his playoffs, Reggie.
Yeah.
He got exposed in his playoffs, and all
Yeah.
he was hurt. I don't care. If I'm a Laker fan, and we can ask you Laker fans, I'm sure there's at least one or two Laker fans there. Do you want this guy at 5 years, $230 million bucks?
And then you got to think, Luka don't play good defense either. You know, maybe you get one of them to play a little bit more defense. You can make it work. But Luka and AR both suck on defense.
What you
There's
gonna
no
do?
scheme you can
What you
come
gonna do?
up.
Clone him? You gonna clone him into Gary Payton? That's the only thing he's gonna do is get to play defense. It ain't happening. Those two guys, and I share what I said. Those two guys combined, the guys playing against them on offense shot 49% from the field last year. Reggie, combined, 49% from the field.
Are you making that number
guys.
up?
So what?
Are you making that number up? Did you look that number up?
No, we're recording. I wouldn't. No. 49% what those two guys gave up last season on offense.
Wow.
49% from the field.
Wow.
Man, ain't no way in the hell I won't. Listen, Luka, all-time great. AR-15, we'll see later. Go ahead. We understand you want to sign with Brooklyn. Take your deal. I understand. Enjoy yourself. There's no way I want.
What's happening with your guy in Detroit? The one that you wouldn't resign, Dolan.
Duran. I mean, here's the thing. Yeah, you're going to resign him, but you're not going to sign him to $55 million a year. A guy that couldn't score 10 points.
But you said you want the players to take the money that's available to them. That's what's available to them. He ain't going to take nothing less.
Detroit has to say, listen, it takes two to tango. Detroit has to agree to pay him too, is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And if I'm Detroit, you got to come down off of that. Mm-hmm. You know, here's the deal. Jalen Duren is 22 years old. He's got a lot of growing to do. Don't get me wrong.
He didn't show up in the playoffs.
He's a baby, right? He's a baby. But what I'm saying is, if I'm Detroit, that's going to really put an albatross around your neck and trying to fill things out because you're not a great shooter.
You don't even know what that means. I'm trying to use big words. Go ahead. Finish your point.
An albatross is a bird, doof.
Finish your point. Finish your point. Trying to be fancy, use big words.
That ain't. It's a bird. How's a bird fancy?
Okay, man. Go ahead. Finish your point. Finish your point. They're not. It takes two to tango. That's what you were saying.
Yeah,
It takes
and that's
two to
and that's
tango.
going to put them in a bad spot, having 55 plus million out of one guy who gave you what he gave you in the playoffs.
So what I'm seeing,
That's
Daryl,
going to
is
limit them.
there's a lot of players that are going to be on the market in the free agent market, and teams are up for big contracts. And you saying that these teams are not going to re-sign them? Do you think other teams they're going to go to other teams, and other teams are going to sign them to that big money?
Because
if
I
your
think
home
teams
team
that
don't
they-
want to sign you to that money,
Well,
what makes
I
you think
think-
I want to sign you that
I
kind of
think
money?
teams are looking for a splash, right? And I'm not saying Duran's going to leave Detroit, but he might sign with less. But what I'm saying is, if I'm Detroit, yes, I want to sign Duran, but not at the max. He was all NBA this season, man, and that's a kicker. So I mean, it is crazy. I'm gonna give you an example. Our guy in Cleveland, right? The center in Cleveland, our guy, Mosley. Mosley, right? Is it Mosley, the center?
Mobley.
I said Mosley. Mobley. Check this out. When he got Defensive Player of the Year last year, he got the same kicker. He had the super. It's called the Supermax. Do you think Mosley / Mobley or whoever the hell his name is worth $58 million after
No.
seeing him play in Cleveland?
No,
That-
no. But he's a very good player, but not that kind of money.
Right,
player.
he's a very good player, but the agreement worked for him because he struck when the iron was hot. Defensive Player of the Year, bam, Supermax because he's all NBA.
So Cleveland's going to re-sign James, and don't they have to re-sign Spider, or did they already give Spider a contract?
Spiders, he's eligible for extension this summer.
Oh, it's Cleveland going to spend a lot of money.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I like Mobley, man, I really do, but I don't. He is not a Supermax player, man.
I would probably let James
Jared.
go.
I like Jared better than I like Mobley.
I do like Jared. I do like Jared. I would probably let, and he wouldn't play hurt. Remember when they wanted him to play hurt when he had that bruised rib and he said he couldn't go, and they kept trying to get him to go, and he wouldn't go. But you would probably need to let James go and come back and get somebody else.
But they agreed. They had a handshake agreement. That's why James was okay with the trade leaving the Clippers to Cleveland. It's a done deal. He's going to sign.
Okay.
I mean, it may be a 2-year, $80 million deal, something like that. But he's going to re-sign with Cleveland. You know, and now mind you, if he doesn't, I mean, Cleveland don't have to sign him. But boy, oh boy, that's going to be ugly if they don't sign him, because that's why he left the Clippers, because the Clippers did not want to give him an extension.
Right. So
yeah.
saying Leonard? You saying Leonard's going to be out of L.A. James is going to be in L.A. and AR is going to be out of L.A. And you saying Josh Moran is still going to be in Memphis?
I'm not. What I'm saying, if I'm in Lakers leadership, I don't want AR. I want James. If I'm Clippers leadership, I want Kawhi back. But all the talk about that stuff that was going on with him and that offset job and to help him with his, with the salary, I think there's going to be too much to bear.
They hadn't ruled on that. Yeah, I think there's going to be some big fines come down.
They say it's coming up. They say it's coming up sooner rather than later. We'll find out. But no, man, I think those guys, they're going to get big money wherever they go. But for me, if I'm a Laker fan, please, Laker fans, tell me if y'all want AR-15 at that type of rate. I just don't see it.
I'm thinking about switching from DraftKings to switching to that predictable market where you can predict, is Ja Morant leaving, is James leaving? Because people be hitting on that, but maybe I'll set something up. Maybe I'll set up. Will Reggie post a picture of Daryl Cott eating a half a slab of ribs?
You mean the AI pictures that you already posted me? You mean the AI pictures? Got you. Okay.
Whatever.
Same difference. AI pictures, right?
Look, we've been on an hour and 3 minutes. We were worried about getting enough.
No, because you got sidetracked for 35 minutes of the show. like, where's Reggie? He's over there somewhere. Where's Reggie? Oh, yeah, he's gone.
No, man. I told you I got the dual screen, man. And I'm looking over here. I got the dual screen, man. You see that? And I be looking over on the dual screen, man.
Old people need help. You don't need no damn dual screen.
Yeah, I got the dual screen where I be.
You don't need no dual. You know what you do?
Yeah, I do, man, because I can't see it on my phone, man.
Here's what you do. Get your ass off. Get your ass off the golf course and do some work. Do some study.
I'm gonna do some shorts. Hey, I appreciate the audience propping my shorts up. They help drive viewers to the Game Time Network, and it helps drive viewers to my show, Bias with a Little Bit of Truth. We're all one big family. But all the subscribes, we need you to
But you say, hey,
subscribe.
but you do get on my nerves. Just know that. So I want people thinking, no, you get the hell on my nerves. I want that is what ain't no tongue in cheek there. You get on my nerves. And again, like I said, the Mama House this weekend, you are not welcome.
So we need you to subscribe by clicking on the bell of Daryl Show, Cox Corners under the Game Time Network. We need you to click on the bell and like the Game Time Network. It's free. And you will get a notification when any of the shows come on. I also need you to click on my show. On my show broadcasts on both stations.
On this network,
broadcasting on Game Time Network. It's broadcasting on my show. And I usually repost the Game Time Network because I haven't figured out how to make it go live when I'm not.
I'm sure you got your secondary screen to help you out with that while you're typing.
But I need you to subscribe to Reggie Sykes, King of Trolls. Bias with a little bit of truth also. And we need you to also like Coach's Corner. We need you to like Isaiah's racing shows. These shows help us be able to get more time on YouTube where we're not under so many restrictions.
Also,
so
too, let's be real. Guest as well too. I mean, getting Matt Taylor, voice of the Indianapolis Colts, was a big get. Getting Mark Boyle, voice of the Indiana Pacers, was a big get. We got a couple other guys that we're going to be having come on the show probably within the next month. And everybody knows we're a Warren Central High School eccentric show. We're going to have Coach Brock on, my man Coach Brock, DeAndre Brock, coach of the Warren Central Warriors High School team, our alma mater high school team. His mom, Carol, is probably watching the show now. And again, we're Warren Central eccentric, and we're going to do a lot of things around the Warren Central piece as well, too. So, yeah, those of you that are Warren Central folks.
Hey, Daryl. When you have some of those guests on, they may have to start doing a double play. You may have to have them come and do a segment on my show. They don't have to stay on the whole show, but they may have to do a short segment on Bias with a little bit of truth.
Everybody I talked to said, man, please don't get that Reggie on here, man. Don't get that guy out here. I don't know, but no, just
no. Come on my show a little bit.
In all seriousness, man, that's an opportunity, man. I mean, again, we're reaching out to a lot of people, man. You know, my guy Scott Moore, coach of Grace College up north, man. He's gonna be on with us. That's my dude. Love him to death. You know, we got a lot of people that are tied in with us and trying to help us up. We aren't making money off of this thing, but we're trying to provide, you know, some fun, some laughter, some jokes, some sports as well too, and then enjoy it. Because again, as we get, you know, past, you know, 20 years old, man, we got to find something else to do. And since I don't golf, this is my something to do.
I'm gonna do a couple of little shorts when I play golf if it doesn't rain Saturday or Thursday. I'll do a couple of little shorts and post them. But hey, on a serious note, you know, a cause that's dear to your heart and my heart, suicide prevention. What do you have coming up with that?
Well, Madam, it's funny you say that because Kelsey connected me with a young lady out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. We're connecting on the 29th, which is this coming, I think it's Monday. We're connecting on Monday to talk about what we can do to come alongside not just AFSP, but the people in the state of Indiana, mental health and support. As we all know, there you go again. He's Lee.
Man, somebody just posted, let's go. My buddy Bert, he was at Southern University. You hadn't met him talking about let's go Saints. Let's go Saints.
Hey, I'm making a really good point about mental health awareness, and you get sidetracked about some damn Saints. Come on.
Man, they always bring up when the Saints beat the Colts in the Super
Saints,
Bowl.
Man, come on.
They bring up when the Saints beat the Colts in the Super Bowl, and it's frustrating. Very frustrating.
Okay, so I'm gonna be tapping in. Her name is Molly. We'll be tapping in on Monday the 29th. We got to get our schedules right and everything. So we're gonna get together and talk about, you know, obviously this month is mental health awareness. The walk last week was great. Juneteenth walk at the fairgrounds. Lots of great pictures there. Lots of great communication, and we're going to see what we can do regarding her coming to one of our live shows, and then working to help people be in a better place mentally, and not just giving people talk and conversation, but giving people real legitimate help to be okay. So that's coming up. Me and Molly are connecting on the 29th. Be on Cox Corner. Maybe a recording. I'm not sure, but we're going to connect and make it work. And Robert Gordon said it absolutely. Robert Gordon 860.
That's my good friend for over. I hadn't known him long as you, but I met him at Southern, and his mother was very, 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 very helpful.
That's what's up.
You know, we've known people at Southern that had issues and had mental health issues.
Right.
We had a roommate that had some mental health issues. I don't know what lost him, but we had to get him out of our apartment because at that time we really didn't know how to deal with the mental health aspect of certain people.
Right. That's important too.
It's very important. And I know a guy, Bill Higgins. He has.
You sent me the information. You sent me his information. I got you.
Okay.
I saw that.
Okay. That'll be a very good contact. But us being black men, I know we talk about it every week, y'all. We talk about black mental health.
We're gonna talk about it every week. If they don't like it, they can tune away. We're gonna bring this up because it's just that damn important.
And really, we're not talking about just black men mental health. We're talking about kids' mental health. If your kid needs help, encouraging them to speak up, say, hey, Dad, Mom, I need to talk to somebody. And I know that everybody doesn't have insurance and everybody can't afford a therapist or a psychiatrist, but there's programs out here. Didn't you say there's a 1-800?
Yeah, they call 988, or they can tie into AFSP, which there are chapters in every state, right? And AFSP can connect you with the resources that you need. Also, too, those of you all that have jobs in the corporate world, they're in your insurance. There are opportunities for counseling, not just for you, but any of your dependents as well, too. So be sure to take a look at that as an opportunity as well, also. So keep that in mind, too. And he says empathy and compassion are always needed when dealing with a disease or disorder. That's a great point. So just so you know, Robert, I'm going to be bringing this stuff up a lot on Cott's Corner. It impacted me, my family personally. It also impacted, my employee, Adam Louie, took his life in May of 2021. I was the last leadership person he spoke to. I spoke about it for years now, and it still matters. And it still bothers me that I didn't do. I felt like I could have done more, right? But you don't know when you're in the middle of it, right? So that's a big deal, and it's not going to go away. Yeah, me and Reggie have fun. We clown each other. We gonna always clown each other. But this is real. And when Reggie talks about black men, what he's saying is we have a stigma about us. You better tough it out. You better not ask for help.
You better not cry. You better not show your emotions.
Exactly.
You're weak.
So when Adam Louie came to me, that told me something. This is a black man coming to another black man saying, "I need help, brother." So that doesn't happen often. We tough it out. You're a man. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps and all that stuff. In the real world, that's not the case, right? So if you got an opportunity to help somebody, you help them, and you don't just say, "Well, just call me if you need me." How about you make the call?
You call them. You stop by and check in on them. Right.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Absolutely. So good stuff. I love ending on this because this is one of my favorite topics. But again, back to you and I. I still don't like you. I'm not a fan of yours. But we can agree on the AFSP and suicide awareness.
Bert went to the great Southern University also. He's a graduate. He worked at a hospital. Bert's wife graduated from the great Southern University. Lee, my roommate, graduated from Southern University. They might need some counseling after dealing with you. Great Southern University, So yeah. But I kind of hate I introduced him to your meat-eating ass, your rib-eating butt.
You can take those AI pictures all you want and do what you want with them. So, no one believes your AI pictures. Okay, so stop it.
Look, we're 12 minutes over the show. Are you going to thank our sponsors one more time before we get out of here?
Absolutely. Matt Gaddis, Wired to the Nine, Big Z Sports Grill. Our three sponsors do a great job supporting us, putting us in position to share our platform and our portal here, and we're really happy about it, and we appreciate everybody watching. Again, like Reggie said, subscribe doesn't cost you anything. Just subscribe, gets more people, more eyes, and that type of thing is going to help us get messages out that are really important to share. And yes, finally, Southern all day. I agree with you there, but I don't agree nothing with Reggie said. That's all right. Hey, everybody, thank y'all very much.
How are you reading the comments? You got dual screen up? How are you reading and not looking to the side?
I don't need a dual screen. It's called technology, son.
You must got a big 20, 30, 50-inch screen or something. That's probably what it is. I ain't telling my business.
But anyway, Lee, fair enough. Thank you, everybody, for watching.
Bert, he's Southern University, too.
Subscribe to the show, Bert. Fair enough. Bert as well. All Southern Jaguars, welcome to the neighborhood. Fair enough.
Welcome to the neighborhood.
Have a good day, everybody. Y'all be safe.